What's up, creators, creatrixes, and other conceptual creatures? I'm Wicked. I'm giving power back to the people, and you can't stop me. Today we are going to be discussing Hecate and her many different symbols. Earlier this week we talked all about her origin and how she came to be, and on Friday we are going to dive into getting to know her a little bit more intimately and how to tell if she has chosen you to work with. But I felt that it was important to take a little break in between and talk about all of the many things that correspond with her so you can get a better sense of what her power means. But before we dive in, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and click that little bell so that I can keep helping you keep your third eye in the sky. With all that being said, let's do it. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft. She also governs the moon, the night, the dead, necromancy, ghosts, thresholds, keys, and the underworld. She is often considered to be the guide that helps to usher souls into their next experience. As a goddess of so many things, she also has a lot of symbols and correspondences. So we are going to get into each one of those to help you get a good sense of how far her reach expands and how all of these things relate back to her. First and foremost, we have dogs. Hecate is often recognized by her two black dogs that are always at her side. These are her faithful companions. They are considered to be psychopomps who also help to guide souls through whatever comes after this life for you. So dogs are a main symbol of hers, especially black dogs, and they often herald her presence. And if they are howling, just know that that is all the closer that she is. You might see these symbols in dreams or in your waking life. This is a powerful message, so make sure that you pay attention. Wolves and wild hounds also fall into this category. They are the guardians of thresholds, and they will protect your passage and warn you of any danger. Foxes are also considered to be a symbol of Hecate in modern practices and associations, and I firmly believe that they belong there. Foxes are extremely liminal creatures. Foxes are her silent watchers. They sit at the edge, silently slipping in and out, never owned and never tamed, almost as if they're her direct descendants. Foxes are also twilight hunters. They are crepuscular, moving most at dawn and dusk, and these are our liminal times. They slip between worlds, wild and domestic, feared and beloved, cunning and playful. In global folklore, foxes are seen as beings who cross the line between spirit and flesh and are often known to be shapeshifters. If foxes call to you in your dreams, visions, or waking work with this goddess, they can be labeled as Hecatean. Foxes aren't actually a symbol for everyone, but that is a personal choice for you to make in your practice. This is how living witchcraft evolves. The goddess may show different faces to different witches, and animals that were not mentioned in old text may now walk her path with you. Snakes. These are beings of transformation. They represent death, rebirth, Ouroboros, the cycle of life, the Kundalini energy rising. These are very powerful creatures, and oftentimes I think they're feared not just because they slither and they're scaly, but because people recognize their connection to these powers, and that can be very frightening for some people. We often don't want to think about death or even transformation because change is scary, and so we sense that energy and then we fear the creature rather than recognizing that it is actually a misalignment with what's going on deep inside of us. But Hecate does not fear snakes. Instead, she recognizes and honors their power and their place in this world. Owls, they represent wisdom and hidden sight. If you run into these, they are a call to listen beyond the obvious. Crows and ravens are messengers from the other world, and they are often carrying ancestral voices. So if they start showing up, it is likely that those who have come before you are trying to get your attention, and Hecate may be using them to get your attention so that she can work with you or deliver to you a message that you need to hear. Now we're going to get into object and tools, and keys are a big one. Hecate carries 3 keys, and these are not mere tokens, they are metaphysical. And next week we are going to get into the details of all 3 of her keys. We will devote the entire next week, 3 videos, 1 to each key, because they're just too much information to share in one go in order for you to truly absorb it. And they deserve their own space. They are incredibly powerful tools. These keys unlock the gates between worlds, the living and the dead, the seen and unseen, and the conscious and the unconscious. Keys are a direct sign of Hecate's sovereignty. If she hands you a key in a dream state or a waking vision, she is entrusting you with deeper mysteries. Hecate is often recognized, if not by her dogs, then by her torches. She is Phosphoros, the light bringer. She will illuminate the darkest of night and the deepest of shadows in order for you to face, confront, and evolve from them. It is with her light that we can find empowerment in the dark. Crossroads and forking paths, these are a big one for her. Hecate governs crossroads, so this isn't just meant in the literal physical sense as a couple of roads diverging, but rather choices. Hecate is a guardian of gates throughout the universe, so when it comes to fate, it is really up to her. She gets to decide which doors you are going to walk through, where you and everyone can have entrance to. So especially if you're dreaming and crossroads appear to you, this is her telling you that you are going to have to make choices that are fated. And this doesn't mean there is only one path, but rather whichever path you choose is going to lead to different fates, so be mindful of your choice. Knives and daggers are also big symbols of Hecate because they cut away illusions. They can also snip away ties that no longer serve, thus allowing you to embark on a new journey that is going to have its own crossroads and its own choices for you to make. As with everything, there is an interconnectedness here. All things relate, all paths converge, and Hecate understands that better than anybody else. When it comes to places, there's more than just the crossroads. We also have caves and tunnels, and especially if you are dreaming of these places, know that it is signifying a descent into the underworld. And this doesn't mean that you're going to hell. That's not what this is about. It is about shadow work and learning to integrate your shadow. So if you dream of this, it's likely a message that you are going to have some big spiritual work coming into your life very soon. And it'll be rough, but it will be transformative. Gates and doors, of course, are another one because she's the goddess of thresholds. So if you find yourself more mindful of these things or dreaming about them, she's likely trying to communicate with you. This is symbolic of thresholds opening into new mysteries. And if you dream of these places being locked, she will likely appear and hand you a key, as long as you can be brave enough to stand in her presence. The sea or tides are also related to Hecate and to her mother, Austria. If you're dreaming of these things, it likely represents emotional cleansing or ancestral wisdom trying to get to you. If you sense it is the latter, be open to doing a little bit of ancestral work, to channeling. Stay open to messages that may appear around you in your waking world. Starry skies are also really deeply connected to Hecate. They signify celestial prophecy. This can be about messages of destiny, higher paths, or spiritual expansion. Now let's move on to beings, entities, especially in the dream world. If these show up, there is no question that she is trying to communicate with you. But if you respond with fear, it will likely slow your path, and I'm speaking from experience here. If you dream of the triple goddess, a three-faced being or three women appearing at once, ancestors, or a hooded or cloaked entity, this is likely Hecate appearing to you in your dreams. And it can be a little bit unsettling at first. I remember a couple times having, I don't want to say dreams, but they felt like more than dreams. So when I'm unfortunate, I experience sleep paralysis, and I have had a couple of experiences where I am awake enough to see my bedroom as it is around me, and Hecate is standing there. And the first time that it happened to me, I absolutely waked out, because when you're in sleep paralysis, everything feels very, very real. Your dreams take place in your waking world, and you cannot move. So it was alarming. And she actually visited me in several dreams to follow before I got comfortable. And it was when I finally understood what was happening that the comfort came, and it was no longer fear, but excitement and a deep sense of calm at the same time, because liminality. The last set of symbols that we have for Hecate are going to be feelings and atmosphere. And these are really important because she's all energy. She is going to influence the world around you to connect with you. So if you experience chill winds, or a stillness at night, know that this is the veil lifting for you. This is true even if you feel it in a dream rather than outside in the waking world, especially if there is howling and echoes of howling occurring at the same time. In dreams, you might experience a sense of overwhelming clarity, and that feeling is going to be different from normal dreams. Her messages often come with a sense of this matters, and that feeling is going to linger after waking. So if you're the type of person who doesn't remember their dreams and you dream about something like this and it sticks with you, this is a powerful message from Hecate. So try to write it down when you wake up so that you can go back and fully digest it later on. In all honesty, if you dream of or experience any of these things, I highly recommend keeping some form of notes or a journal about it, because this is her way of communicating with you. And these things might not make sense when they are bits and pieces, but when you put them all together, they will weave a bigger web that is going to be very insightful into your life, your spirit, and your experience with the craft and the three-faced goddess. She is a powerful creature, and if she chooses you, you are not going to be able to deny or ignore her. And we are going to get into what it looks like if she chooses you on Friday, so stay tuned for the next installment of this series. I am so beyond excited to be sharing all of this information with all of you. Hecate is my favorite deity, and it is a blessing and an honor to be able to share this information with the world in this way, because my path to getting here, it's been a lot, and I feel so beyond blessed to have been able to receive this information, to work with her, to channel her, to communicate with her, and to be given the permission to share all of this with the rest of you. So this is an exciting time for me, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video and the rest of the series. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe so that I can help you keep your third eye in the sky and stay updated on this series. Stay blessed.